preserved.
In response to the Pulse nightclub shooting that affected the LGBTQ community, Barbara Poma, owner of Pulse, founded the One Pulse Foundation to honor Pulse victims and survivors.
If you're an ally of this community, speak out. There are more of us together than apart. It is the power of love in its rawest form.
Join the fight for LGBTQ acceptance. Learn how at lovehasnolabels.com. Brought to you by Love Has No Labels and the Ad Council.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station.
Good morning, area.
It's time to wake up. It's 5, and we're live.
Oh, is this thing on? I don't care. I want him to hear.
This is the Pregame Show, your early morning shot of sports on 95.7 The Game.
Come on!
Well, that was easy. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Got a massive day here on the Pregame Show on 95.7 The Game. Golden State Warriors 127, Los Angeles Lakers. Emphasis on double L there for Lakers and Los Angeles. 100? Warriors do their thing. They even up the series as this series now shifts down to Los Angeles for Game 3 tomorrow. But Game 2 reaction all day right here on 95.7 The Game. You know the number, 888-957-9570. If you would like to chime in, Twitch and YouTube, we are up and streaming. Good morning to all of you on this beautiful Friday, Cinco de Mayo, Phil Collins Friday. You know, what are you doing this weekend Friday? You know the drill. What are you doing this weekend? What are the plans? Where are we watching the Game 3, watch parties, all that sort of stuff? Who's going to the game? Who's traveling down to Los Angeles? Let me know. 888-957-9570. Good morning to everyone on the YouTube chat already. Wow. First comment, JB. You a P1? Can't be a P1. He's asking why I'm wearing this jersey. And if you're on Twitch and YouTube, you know why. Been saying why all week. You know who I am. Come on. Got JB. We got Rennell. We got El Guero. We got Raymond. Zach. Eric G. Sade. Young Wes. Danny. Appreciate all y'all chiming in. No cap? Come on. We got all of you guys. This is 5:02 in the morning on a Friday, and you guys are chiming in this early. Appreciate you. We're going to dive deep into this game. A lot of interesting storylines to take out of it. The Warriors, can they rattle off just 3 more after this? It feels like that kind of dominant performance makes you feel pretty damn confident that they are at least going to get a split. Lakers looked old. Anthony Davis looked disinterested. Draymond Green, a huge part of that. We're going to hear from Draymond. We're going to hear from Steph, Clay, Kerr, JaMychal Green. Yeah, that JaMychal Green gets the starting nod in place of a sick Kevon Looney. Kevon, under the weather a couple hours before the game. He comes down with something, tells the coach, hey, man, I don't think I could start tonight. He doesn't. JaMychal Green gets the start in his place. And you know what? 6 of 9, 15 points, doing his thing. A couple of assists there. So JaMychal Green, he's absolutely my MVP of that game. I'm sure most will have Klay Thompson, though, who dropped 30, 8 of 11 from beyond the arc, that is. And Klay Thompson, you know he gets up for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's going to get up for games in Los Angeles. He's going to get up for anything purple and gold related. If you were watching the broadcast last night, I'm sure all of you were. And if you weren't, you were tapped into 95.7 The Game's coverage with the great Tim Roy. Does an excellent job. Hell of a call from him last night. Be sure to download that Odyssey app and favorite 95.7 The Game to take Tim everywhere you go. You can stream every single Golden State Warriors game throughout the playoffs right there on that Odyssey app. Be sure to download that bad boy and favorite 95.7 The Game. But Klay Thompson, you know he always gets up for the Lakers. They showed that little graphic. Him and his dad. You know, his dad calls the radio side Michael Thompson, former Los Angeles Laker, multiple-time champion with the Showtime Lakers. And you saw young Klay in his Lakers hoodie. It is personal for him. And it's not like he has any malicious intent or anything like that. No, he just wants to show out against his hometown team, the team he grew up rooting for. And that's what he did last night. 11 of 18, 8 of 11 from beyond the arc, 30 points plus 28. And you know Clay's feeling it early. And he was feeling it early in game one, but something was different. The Warriors were more sure of themselves. Stephen Curry was getting everyone involved. He was doing his thing. He wasn't scoring early, no. But he had 12 assists at the end of the day. 12 means he was working on the ball there, wasn't off ball, getting others involved, getting JaMychal Green involved. Draymond, he was confident. He was playmaking. A rebound, check that. Assist shy of a triple-double. An assist shy of a triple-double when everyone was calling him out, including himself. Hey, Dre, we can't let Anthony Davis drop 30 and 23. That can't happen. We're not going to win this series if that happens. Well, Kevon Looney out of the starting lineup, JaMychal Green in, Draymond took it personally, and it was personal for the Golden State Warriors last night as they smashed the Los Angeles Lakers 127-100, 888-957-9570. Head coach Steve Kerr on his thoughts of that game, and it was simple. Just play basketball.
I thought we just played simple basketball, kept our turnovers down, moved the ball. Our guys were playing with a lot of force, a lot of aggressiveness, but making good decisions within, that aggression. And that's the key. Can you find that balance? Can you play with pace and confidence and yet make really simple decisions, hit singles and just move the ball. I thought Steph was brilliant. In the first half, he wasn't really going like offensively, but he was just running our team and Clay got it going and our defense was, kind of fueling our offense and connected the game really well.
Defense, a huge part for the Golden State Warriors last night. Again, only 100 points for the Los Angeles Lakers, a team that isn't a great offensive threat, but hey, when you have Anthony Davis dropping 30 in game one and you have Schroeder and D'Angelo Russell combining for over 35 points, yeah, it's going to turn some heads in the Golden State Warriors locker room, especially on defense, but they held their own. Rui Hachimura did his thing, 21 points for him, but everyone else, bupkis basically. Schroeder, 4 points, didn't do anything. D'Angelo Russell, 10. Reeves had a bad game, 7. That's not going to get it done. Anthony Davis, 11 points and 7 boards. Yeah, that was a nightmare if you're the Los Angeles Lakers last night. Now, you might go into that, and it's rare that a game happens the way we all think it's going to happen. I don't think anyone had the Lakers winning that game last night. I don't think anyone in their right mind had them taking a 2-0 series lead heading down to Los Angeles. I think we all thought, hey, listen, they won game one, older guys, they're going to rest. They're going to find out in the third quarter if it's a close game or not. If it's not, they're going to just, call off the dogs, if you will. And Darvin Ham did just that. No LeBron, no AD in the fourth as the Golden State Warriors cruised 127-100. But JaMychal Green, a lot's been made about the young guys this season, the inconsistent minutes, not being able to play at times. Jonathan Kuminga, again, not really playing until garbage time last night, until the game was already out of hand for the Lakers. He ends up having 10 minutes on there. Maybe that gives him some confidence in the series if they need him moving forward. But JaMychal Green just hasn't been a good season for him. Let's be honest. Brought this guy in to play some veteran minutes, some important minutes, some meaningful minutes, and he did last night. But for the regular season and through that first round against the Kings, he didn't do anything. But you know what? Kept his mind right, kept his body right, was positive. First one in, last man out kind of mentality. He did his thing. And JaMychal Green, it's a hell of a performance against a Lakers team in a must-win situation. In game 2, can't go down 0-2 going down to LA. And JaMychal Green, he did his thing. And head coach Steve Kerr talked about his performance after the game.
Well, number one, I'm just proud of J-Mike. It's been a tough year for him for a lot of reasons. He missed some time with a few different ailments. And then when he was healthy, he was out of the rotation. I didn't play him a whole lot. And he just stayed ready and he took advantage of his opportunity. And this seemed like a series for him just with the way the Lakers are playing us defensively. And I couldn't be happier for J-Mike. He's really earned this by just staying positive and staying ready.
Staying positive and staying ready. It's as simple as that sometimes. And younger players on this team will learn from JaMychal Green's example, setting that tone. Listen, you don't know when your number is going to be called upon, but when it is, you better show up. That Game 7 speech from Stephen Curry last Saturday, that wasn't just to the rookies. I mean, it was mainly aimed at those young players. Second year, I shouldn't say rookies. Patrick Baldwin Jr. is like, what do you want from me? But Kumingas, the Pools, the Moody's, hey, when your number is called upon, you better be ready. JaMychal Green, you too. You're a vet. You know the deal. And he understood the assignment last night. Just a hell of a performance from JaMychal Green. 15 points, 2 assists, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc. And it gave them an extra layer of scoring that they desperately needed. Listen, the Lakers are a hell of a defensive team, but I don't care what the defense is. When Klay Thompson is making 8 threes, JaMychal Green's adding 3 more, hell, Andrew Wiggins with a couple, and Steph Curry, only 3 of 5 from beyond the arc, 7 of 12 overall, but it was the assists for Steph, getting everyone involved. When you got all those guys in your starting lineup in double figures, hell, Draymond Green with 11 points, they're going to be a very, very tough team to beat. Lakers had a first quarter lead. Doesn't seem like that, though, from how that game ended. Lakers were up 7 after that first quarter, and they looking like they were getting comfortable. But in that second, it was an avalanche. It was an absolute Klay Thompson takeover specials. Game 6, Klay in Game 2. Kept seeing that on the timeline last night. 888-957-9570 is the number. Comcast Business Text Line, Twitch and YouTube. We are up and streaming. Appreciate all of you checking in. What was your main takeaway from Game 2? And what do you feel like the Warriors can take from that game heading into Game 3 tomorrow in Los Angeles? Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Phil Collins Friday. It's just a Friday in general, so it's a time to celebrate. What are you doing this weekend is our Friday question, as always. Where are you watching the game tomorrow? Who's going to the game at Crypto.com Arena? Should be a lively, lively atmosphere on a Saturday night. The stars will be shining, and maybe the Golden State Warriors will be too. 888-957-9570. Here's Draymond Green talking about great play from that guy, Klay Thompson, last night.
I just knew he was locked in. He was really pissed off with our performance from the other day and coming into today, and he was dialed in. When he's getting great looks like that, we know he's one of the best shooters to ever play this game. So it's on us to make sure we're finding him and screening for him and making sure he's getting open looks, and I think we did a better job of that tonight. And, he found and got to the spots that he wanted to get to, and it was huge for us.
Getting to the spots he wants to get to. He looked confident. He looked sure of himself. He wasn't forcing anything. And that's when Klay Thompson is at his best. Catch and shoot, night. 8 of 11, and you just know. You just know when he's locked in. That first couple swishes when it's just barely touching the net, yeah, it's going to be a Klay game, and it was last night. Again, 30 points for Klay Thompson. He was a baller. Hey, Draymond, how about that guy JaMychal Green stepping up?
Well, I've known JaMychal since I was 16, 17 years old. I've been competing against him, man. He a dog. Always have been a dog. And you get thrusted into a situation that you've never been in before in your life, in your career, where you're not playing much, may play a couple games and not play a few games, and that takes some adjusting, and I think throughout the course of this year, he's been adjusting to that, and it's coming together at the right time. Every time his number's called, he's been ready. He was ready to go, what was I spending, Game 3? And he stepped up huge. He was ready to go every time his number was called last series, and he was ready to go in Game 1 when his number was called, and tonight. And so, stepped up like a true professional and a dog. We knew we needed, with Loon not being in the lineup, and we knew we needed some dog out there, and he stepped up for us in a big way.
Stepped up for them in a big way. Again, JaMychal Green cannot sing his praises enough all day right here on 95.7 The Game. Your home for Golden State Warriors playoff basketball. Again, we're going to be breaking down this game all day long right here, 95.7 The Game. Morning roast, 6 to 10. Bonte and Shasky are fired up. Will we see the Dolce & Gabbana sunglasses from Bonte Hill? I'm sure we will. I'm sure I will get ripped throughout that show, but I'm ready for it. You know me. You know why I'm here. I wore this jersey specifically. I'm not ducking the smoke at 888-957-9570, but that's for the morning roast. Professional, Joseph Spadoni, 5 to 6 a.m. on the pregame show. X's and O's, impartial. You'll get all of that. 6 o'clock rolls around. I'll be Joey Spadoni, little annoying brother, Laker fan number one. We get all that. 888-957-9570. So from after hearing from Steve Kerr and Draymond Green, let's hear from the man himself. Hey, Jermichael, how good did that feel last night?
It feels good to be able to do this after the year I had. It's been a rough one. Haven't been through nothing like this before, but just feel like this is a year of growth for me. I feel like I get through this, I get through anything. So just want to thank God for keeping me with it and, just staying ready.
Staying ready. And more from Jermichael Green here, talking about a different mentality when you're starting versus coming off the bench.
It's playoff time, so it's already a different mentality coming in. Just got to be physical. They'll let you play a little more, bang a little more in the post. So, my mindset is just to hit. I just want to be physical out there and just hit whoever come through that lane.
Got to go Olivia Newton-John there. You got to get physical. And that was the name of the game, and that was what we were talking about a lot yesterday. The Lakers were out physicaling. I don't know it's not a word, but out hitting, whatever you want to say. They were just better at it than the Golden State Warriors in game one. They got punked. Draymond Green said as much in his podcast, The Draymond Green Show on the Volume Network. Listen, we got to be more physical than them. And it starts with me setting the tone. Well, it also started with a guy like Jermichael Green getting called upon. Hey, Anthony Davis, and we said it before the series started, if it's going to be an Anthony Davis game within the first 5 minutes or not. And I texted both group chats, Steiny Goo, Evan, Morning Roast Chat, Bonte, Shasky, John, Sam. I was like, this ain't an AT game. And it wasn't. He was missing bunny layups. He was forcing stuff. Draymond Green was getting him to turn the ball over. And it was night-night halfway through the second quarter, it felt like. A double-digit lead. It just felt like an avalanche was coming in that third quarter, and that's what happened. Lakers called off the dogs. Fourth quarter, night-night LeBron, night-night Anthony Davis. LeBron got teed. You knew he was frustrated. And it's going to be a fascinating game 3 tomorrow. This is going to be a huge, huge game, and not all of them are huge. But specifically this one, how do the Lakers come back from that kind of performance? I know Darvin Ham's going to say, we just got to get back to our bread and butter, X's and O's. We got to make sure Anthony Davis is making those shots that he was missing. I was like, okay. But it feels like what the Golden State Warriors did in game 2 is much more sustainable than what the Los Angeles Lakers did in game 1. I don't know how sustainable. Well, actually, I do know how sustainable. It's not for Anthony Davis. It's not sustainable. Every other game, he looks like a Hall of Famer. But the games that he doesn't play at a Hall of Fame capabilities is the games like last night, where he's not even average. He's just bad. And credit Draymond Green for doing that. Near triple-double for Draymond. 11 points, 11 boards, 9 assists. Had a steal in there. He was doing a hell of a job in making things very, very difficult. Now, role players play better at home. We get all that. Rui Hachimura, he was a problem last night. If his shot's going, that benefits the Lakers. If there's one positive from them, it's that they got LeBron James and Anthony Davis some rest and a blowout, and Rui Hachimura looked like a problem. But the other guys, Reeves, hasn't looked all that great the first 2 games. Russell had a solid game 1 last night, 5 of 12. He doesn't have that 3-point shot going. As much as we like to harp on Andrew Wiggins' 3-point shot not going, D'Angelo Russell for the Los Angeles Lakers, he's not hitting that thing. Jared Vanderbilt, he's not giving you anything on offense. So it's going to be very, very difficult. And we said that in this series for the Los Angeles Lakers to score. LeBron James, he had it going early. That 3-point shot faded late. 3 of 8 from beyond the arc for him. 10 of 18 overall for 23. It looked like it was going to be a LeBron game. But if no one else is stepping up, the Warriors are fine with that. This isn't the LeBron James of 10 years ago. This isn't 2016 LeBron James where he can do every single thing and he is the best player on the court every single night. No. It's 38. Anthony Davis has got to be the Los Angeles Lakers' best player if they have any shot at winning this series. And if he's going to go every other game looking like he did last night, bodes well for the Golden State Warriors. That's a fact. Here's more from Steve Kerr talking about Draymond's performance.
Steve, what did you think of Draymond's defense, particularly on Anthony Davis, especially as you guys went to that small ball?
Draymond was brilliant. I mean, this is the guy who we have to have. He's our engine, and we decided to put him on Davis tonight from the start. And I thought he got us off to a good start defensively just with his aggressiveness.
Being aggressive, being the more desperate team. That's what playoff basketball is all about. That's what the Golden State Warriors showed last night. They needed that one more. They wanted that one more, and they got the job done. 127-100. 888-957-9570 is the number. Klay Thompson, huge game for him. We were hoping for this breakout performance. We finally got it in game 2 in a must-win situation. It wasn't a must-win. It was a gotta-have-it, as Dan Dibley likes to say. Not a must-win, but a gotta-have-it game. Go down 0-2, heading down to Los Angeles. Don't feel great about your chances of winning that series. But Klay Thompson, this series against this opponent, against, his own dad calling the radio for the other team, it's personal for him. Being a Los Angeles native, how's he feeling about playing this team? Klay Thompson.
From a life standpoint, it's such an incredible experience to play in front of my friends and family. I mean, I would go to Staples as a high school basketball player with my pops, just dreaming of playing on that floor, playing against the best in the world. Now to be here and be a part of it, I don't lose sight of that perspective of how great this opportunity is, and just excited to do it in a building where all my hoop dreams came about. I'm a huge Kobe fan, obviously. He was my biggest inspiration, and I'm just going to play my hardest, just to honestly honor him and Gigi, because without his play and all those years of me viewing his tenacity on the court, I would not be the athlete I am today.
And Kobe would be proud of that performance from Klay Thompson last night. He was special. He was special. 30 points. You need your superstars. You need your future Hall of Famers. You need your statue guys to show up in the playoffs, and that is exactly what Klay Thompson did last night. Kind of the unsung hero. It's kind of weird. You can't call Stephen Curry an unsung hero. Well, 12 assists, 20 points. It was like, hey, was Steph out there? Yeah. He was making sure JaMychal Green was scoring 15. He was making sure Klay was getting 30. He was making sure Draymond Green was getting 11. He was a facilitating god last night. And Steph, you want the ball in his hands? Okay. He doesn't need to shoot. He can affect games in other ways. He's going to draw double attention, and that's going to leave some guys open. JaMychal Green, hey, you're going to be open. The Lakers can't worry about him. They got other guys. They got Klay. They got Wiggins. They got Steph to worry about. They're not going to worry about you. So make most of those open shots, and that's exactly what he did. Here's Steph Curry talking about needing that Game 2 win.
We needed this one, so yeah. We had a great motivation to try to figure out how to win this game at all costs, and everybody played amazing basketball and focused basketball, and then you allow your crowd to get into it, and home court advantage shows up.
Home court advantage exactly showed up last night. Joe Shasky was at the game, and he'll join me here in about 30 minutes to talk about it. He said the atmosphere was absolutely electric. It was palpable. It was fun, and that's the vibe. That needs to be the vibe at home. Can't have the Lakers coming in there and taking 2. You got to show out. You got to be more desperate. Can't be quiet. Can't be sitting down. No. Got your tickets. Stand up. Be loud. And that's exactly what it was like with the Chase Center crowd last night. 888-957-9570. Also, did you see after that game, Steph gave away his shoes to our guy Christian Gamboa. You might be asking, hey, who's that? He was the guy in Game 7 decked out in the We Believe Warriors jersey, going nuts with his strength in numbers towel. Yep. The Warriors brought him back for Game 2, gave him a great seat, great spots, let him hype the crowd up, and Steph noticed that, gave him his shoes, so pretty freaking cool. If you want to find that video, go to 957 The Game, our Twitter page, at 957 The Game, rather, and you will find it there. Hell of a job from Whitley Sandretto, our digital expert here on 957 The Game. Here's more from Klay Thompson asking if he has any plans to go into the ocean in Los Angeles. Big boat guy, his boats and hose. Klay Thompson talking about that.
Klay, last time you were in LA for the playoff series, I think it was the Clippers in 19, when you took that dip in the ocean that you said rejuvenated you. Any similar plans?
Well, if the weather is better, it's not so June gloomy, I'd love to go jump in, hopefully go down to Manhattan Beach or something and jump in by the pier. There's something just about getting in the Pacific Ocean and body surfing that just resets your whole mental and your spiritual being. And I'm a true believer in the powers of the ocean and all her healing properties.
Big believer in the power of the ocean. He's what is that? A Game of Thrones. He would be the Iron Islands. What is dead may never die? The Drowned God. That's what Klay Thompson would be in if that was his house in Game of Thrones. 888-957-95. God, I love Klay. It's games like this and sound bites like that. It's like, how can you hate that guy? Who hates Klay Thompson? Everyone was getting on him early in the season because, you know, he was doing his 4 rings to, who was it? Devin Booker, whoever it was for the Suns. He was like doing his 1, 2, 3, 4. He's earned that right. He's a Hall of Famer. He's Klay Thompson. He's a splash bro. And he showed out last night in front of Joe Shasky. His guy, he's like, you know what, Joe? This one's for you. This one's for you, buddy. 888-957-9570 if you would like to get involved. Comcast Business Text line is always open. Twitch and YouTube. How y'all doing? Here's one more from Steve Kerr on JaMychal Green's start and why he got the start in place of the sick Kevon Looney.
The Lakers are huge. They're a massive team, and we felt like going into the game we had to bring some size and physicality. So when we heard about Loon, we thought about different options, starting smaller, but we decided on J-Mike because we could still get the spacing with his 3-point shooting ability, but we get a little more size and athleticism and some toughness, and we wanted to be more physical tonight, and he definitely brought that.
Absolutely. Steve Kerr there talking about JaMychal Green. We're going to take a quick break. Come on back. More of your phone calls, more of your texts. 888-957-9570. Filmo, I see you. I will get to you. Appreciate you calling in this early. I know you got work and stuff like that. Please hang on. I will get to you on the other side. 888-957-9570. Comcast Business Text line always open. Twitch and YouTube. How you doing? It's Friday. Phil Collins Friday, Cinco de Mayo. Where you at, people? What are you doing this weekend? Come on back. The pregame show, Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game.
Join the Urban League of Greater San Francisco Bay Area and U.S. Bank for our financial journey to owning a home program this Wednesday, May 10th, 6:30 p.m. at Kinfolks in Oakland, focusing on conquering credit. Learn how to improve your credit and use it wisely. Register at ulbayarea.org today.
Hey, Brad. I thought you had a date tonight.
Hey, Mom. She just left. Using my phone for a Wi-Fi hotspot backfired again.
I keep telling you to get Xfinity. What happened?
Well, everything was great until the movie started buffering. Then she started asking questions like, why are you using bed...
your life. Getting pulled over for buzzed driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzzed driving, because buzzed driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Now, back to the pregame show on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome back, pregame show. Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game. Phil Collins Friday, for those that observe. Cinco de Mayo. If you're out partying tonight, please be safe. Partying all day. Just be responsible. Warriors are responsible last night, I'll tell you that. 127-100, Game 2, smashing the LeBron-led Los Angeles Lakers. My goodness. JaMychal Green gets the late start with Kevon Looney being sick. Just does, 15 points, no biggie. Every single starter in double figures last night. Draymond, an assist shy of a triple-double. He gets 11 points. Again, Green 15, Wiggins 11, Steph Curry 20, but it's the 12 assists that really is the eye-opener there. And Klay Thompson just does a ho-hum 30 points, 8 of 11 from beyond the arc. 888-957-9570 is the number. It is a Friday, so we always ask, what are you doing this weekend? What are the plans? How are we watching Game 3? Who's going to the game? Who's going down to Crypto.com arena? Good morning, Twitch and YouTube. All of y'all streaming there. Appreciate you and all that you do for me early in the morning. Filmo Mike, let's get us started, baby. How we doing, buddy?
Hey, what's good, man? Hey, great game last night. JaMychal Green, I'm happy for him because, like he said, he did have a disappointing season. A lot of Warrior fans on the low been wanting JaMychal Green for the longest time, so we was happy when we got him. So I'm so glad he stayed ready. He stayed prepared. He was professional. And like Kurt said, he gives a little bit more girth than Poole. You feel me? And he plays better D than Poole, and he can shoot better than Looney. Speaking of professionalism, let's stop with the Kuminga talk. You feel me? Kuminga got to get something is not clicking. It's not there until he proves it. Let's just stop with the Kuminga. Is he going to play? Can he get some minutes? Who cares? The Warriors won. You feel me? I want Kuminga to do well too, but something's not clicking, unfortunately. You feel me? So all that Kuminga talk, they need to silence that for real. Spadoni?
For sure. Hey, Filmo, what you doing this weekend? What are the plans?
Oh, man, so I got a party Saturday night. I got a party at the end of Saturday night. I'm watching the game. I don't like watching the watch parties and going to watch parties because it'd be too much for me sometimes. I'm either going to go to the game. If I got to host a watch party, it's a different thing. And Sunday, I'm on air 5 to 10 on another radio station that plays hip-hop and R&B.
Got you. Oh, that's Filmo Mike. He's the best, man. Love you, Filmo, for stopping by there. It's Filmo Mike right here on 95.7 The Game. 888-957-9570 is the number if you would like to get involved. Listen, JaMychal Green, he set the tone for that team last night. You can say it's Klay Thompson, sure, but getting your number called like that goes back to exactly what Stephen Curry was talking about in his speech. Yes, the speech heard around the world, the speech that may end up being the speech that we all look back on when the Golden State Warriors win the NBA championship and go back-to-back. We may all go look back to that speech. He's like, you know what? Steph galvanized his whole damn team. It was that speech. He was calling on not just the younger guys, not the Pools, not the Moody's, not the Kumingas, not the Lambs telling them to be ready. The older guys, too. Hey, JaMychal, I know it hasn't been your year, man, but we might need you. Hey, something might happen. And lo and behold, Kevon Looney gets sick. They need Draymond Green to stop AD. We need another big body in there. JaMychal, get your ass up. Let's go. And he delivered. And it might just sound like just some easy and, just like, yeah, cool, it's JaMychal Green. But Klay Thompson, but no, we can't gloss over the fact that he's not had a great year. It's been a very difficult year from everybody. It's been a tumultuous season for the defending champion Golden State Warriors. JaMychal Green, we all thought was going to be a big piece. He's been a disappointment. Let's just call it what it is. He's been a disappointment. up until what he did yesterday. And you know what's nice about the playoffs? When you show out and you deliver in one damn game, who cares about the regular season? Nobody. Because you showed out in a playoff game. It just means more. It's like Alabama. It's the SEC. It just means more down there. And it meant more for JaMychal Green, and it meant more for the Golden State Warriors. 888-957-9570 is the number. What was your biggest takeaway from the Warriors' huge win last night? And can and will they get a split down in Los Angeles? That's going to be the key. And can they get greedy? It felt like what was more sustainable from those first two games is the Golden State Warriors doing what they did. Stephen Curry, efficient, getting everyone the ball. 12 assists. Klay Thompson, confident. Draymond Green, confident on both ends of the floor. JaMychal Green, can he be another cog to this machine, if you will? Hell, Kevon Looney was sick. He still got 8 boards in his sleep. 3 offensive. So I'm looking at this depth for the Golden State Warriors. Hell, Moses Moody, another 10 points. Not the greatest shooting night, but from beyond the arc, 2 of 3. I think what they did in game 2 is much more sustainable than what the Los Angeles Lakers and what they have in Anthony Davis is. Anthony Davis is going to be every other game. Hell, there might be games 2 in a row, like there was in the Memphis series with the Lakers, that he doesn't show up. That means it's all LeBron. And a 38-year-old with a bum leg, that's asking a lot, even for one of the greatest players in the history of the game in LeBron James. Here's more from Steve Kerr talking about the shot selection and how Klay got hot.
I just thought we got really good shots. 21 for 42 from 3. Obviously a great percentage, but I think the percentage was a reflection of the clean looks we were getting and the fact that the guys weren't forcing anything. The ball was moving. They were just moving it to the open guy, and Klay obviously can get really hot really fast, and it's more likely to happen when we're moving the ball like we did tonight.
Rico's in Oakland. He wants to join the pregame show 95.7 The Game. What's up, Rico?
Hey, how you doing, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, you know.
All right, yeah, man. Like I was telling bro, I just wanted to sit there and say I want to stop all that Steph slander saying he ain't a true point guard. My man really showed up last night. It don't matter if he ain't pulling up 30 times a game, you know what I'm saying? He showed up and showed out with them 12 assists. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing.
Totally.
That's all I wanted to sit there and say to y'all.
Totally. That is Rico in Oakland. Thanks for calling in, Rico. Again, if you want to chime in, 888-957-9570 is the number. And listen, he was a true point guard last night. He absolutely was. Stephen Curry has been that his whole career, though. We always think of him as this quote-unquote shooting guard, always working off the ball. He can do it all. He can do it all. And the main criticism going into game 2 was that he was off ball too much. You know what? Fine. I'll have the ball in my hand the whole time. Jared Vanderbilt, Schroeder, you guys want to try to do your dirty acts, quote unquote. What Schroeder did was absolutely dirty to Draymond Green. I thought that absolutely should have been a flagrant. Pulling at his knee like that could have caused a serious injury. It was at least a flagrant one. They call it a common foul, is what it is. Thought it should have been a flagrant. But Steph, listen, you guys are going to hound him? Fine. That just means JaMychal Green's going to be open and he's going to hit his shots. That means Klay Thompson's going to be open. He's going to hit his shots. Draymond Green, he's going to be a playmaker. He's going to make his shots. And he did 5 of 10 for Draymond from the field. So this true point guard stuff, he's always been a true point guard to me. He's always been that. He's just the greatest shooter of all time. So working off ball is great for the team. What they needed last night was him to just distribute. And he did that. 12 assists. Stephen Curry, what can't that guy do? He can do anything. 888-957-9570. And here's Steph after the game talking about playing in front of his kids now that they're a little older.
Me and Draymond talk about that all the time. Like, they're like kind of the timestamp on, a lot of things that you've experienced. And it's a beautiful thing to know you're still playing at a high level and you get to enjoy it a little differently than we did back in the day. And he was talking to Bron about it. He's got a almost college student. Like, it's crazy just to think about all the things that we've been through and your family and the way that we get to enjoy the on-court, off-court experience of what that is truly special. So I'm grateful for that for sure.
It's all about family at the end of the day. Shout out Vin Diesel. Shout out Toretto. Fast and the Furious. 888-957-9570. We're going to take a quick break. Come on back. More Warriors talk. Game 2. They smashed the Los Angeles Lakers 127-100. Stories of the game. JaMychal Green getting the start, dropping 15 points. Klay Thompson dropping 30, 8 of 11 from beyond the arc. Stephen Curry, 12 assists. Draymond Green, an assist shy from a triple-double. Joe Shasky is going to join me for the crossover as he does each and every day, Monday through Friday at 5:45. So don't go in there, folks. He was at the game. Going to ask about the atmosphere, those performances we just mentioned, and heading into Game 3, what the Warriors need to do to get out of Los Angeles with not just a split, but a series lead. More of that coming on the other side. 95.7 The Game.
I'd love to be able to give somebody who has epilepsy the same kind of information that you can get from a weather forecasting app.
Dr. Vikram Rao, director of the Epilepsy Center at UCSF Health and a pioneer in the field of seizure forecasting.
People will benefit from knowing how likely seizures are to occur, say the next day, because you can do something different. In my view, optimal care for people.
Remember, you'll receive the Argonaut, an award-winning publication that has provided in-depth historical accounts for over 30 years. And the Panorama, a quarterly newsletter covering ongoing activities and historical presentations. Go to sfhistory.org and discover the San Francisco Historical Society, giving our history a great future. Become a member today.
Now, back to the pregame show on 95.7 The Game.
Welcome back. Pregame show, Joe Spadoni, 95.7 The Game. Warriors take game 2, 127-100 over the Los Angeles Lakers as that series shifts down to LA now. Game 3 tomorrow. What's the tip on that one? 5:30. Let me check. Lakers, Warriors, game 3. Yeah, 5:30. So Warriors live starting at 4:30 with John Dickinson before tossing it over to the great Tim Roy, who will be on the call down there live in Los Angeles. And again, download that Odyssey app. Favorite 95.7 The Game for all of your Golden State Warriors playoff coverage. We are streaming live on Twitch and YouTube all day, so get on there, be square, like, subscribe, all that jazz, all day, all long. Warriors Game 2 reactions. Look ahead to Game 3, 888-957-9570. The biggest takeaways for that game for you was it JaMychal Green getting the spot start, dropping 15. Was it Klay Thompson looking like Game 6 Klay early in Game 2? You know he's going to get up for this series. Was it Stephen Curry with 12 assists? Was it Draymond Green doing what Draymond Green usually does? Didn't do it in Game 1, but he had a bounce-back performance and not an assist shy of a triple-double. Phil Collins Friday, Cinco de Mayo. What are our plans this week? And what are our plans tonight? What are we doing for Cinco de Mayo, those of you who celebrate? The holiday celebrates Mexico's victory over France in the Battle of Puebla on May 5th, hence Cinco de Mayo, 1862. It was a relatively minor battle. The French reclaimed Puebla a year later, but a symbolic one because a small Mexican army defeated a larger occupying force. There you go. I guess in this analogy for Cinco de Mayo, I guess the Golden State Warriors would probably be the French here, right? And the Lakers were Mexico in Game 1. They're the smaller occupying force. The Golden State Warriors, come on. They're the Legion. They're the defending champs. They own the NBA. They've owned it for the last decade. Let's be real here. They're the French in this analogy. And they're coming for the Lakers. And they're coming to take that land down in Los Angeles on both of those games. I think what the Golden State Warriors did yesterday in Game 2 is just more sustainable in this series. And I think overall, that offense, whether it goes 6, hell, whether it goes 5, I just think the offense of the Golden State Warriors will outlast that Lakers defense. They'll get tired. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, they exerted a lot of energy in Game 1. Not so much in Game 2. Didn't play in the fourth quarter as it was a blowout. But I just think as this series goes on, the strength in numbers, if you will, for the Golden State Warriors will outlast the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, there will be some bounce backs. Austin Reeves, Russell, Vanderbilt, Hachimura played well yesterday. Some of the others for the Lakers will show out at home because that's what a home crowd does. That's what a home crowd does. And you saw it with Jordan Poole in Game 1. Hell, you saw it with JaMychal Green in the starting lineup last night. So who's going to be the X factor heading into Game 3? And what are some of those key takeaways from Game 2 heading into Game 3? We'll love to get your thoughts at 888-957-9570. More from JaMychal Green, the man of the game, him and Klay Thompson, both of them, talking about if there's anything specific he does to keep his mind right and get prepared for a game like that.
Just try to take my feelings out of it. Realize it's a business and we're a team. So I don't want to come out and be selfish and not buy into what the team got going. So my whole thing was just letting everything go and just be ready when my name called. Just stay in the gym, make sure I continue to get that work in.
Just being ready. That's what it's all about. It's about life. That's a life lesson right there. Just be ready. One shot, one opportunity. Shout out Eminem to seize everything you wanted. Mom's spaghetti. Just be ready. And it sets the tone for not just JaMychal, but for the younger players. Set the example. Go out there and show out. He could have easily gone out there and not really given him much. Given him maybe a couple baskets here, there, and then just some couple hard fouls. And you know what? He would have done his job, but he did more. He took more onto his plate. The Lakers weren't respecting his shot at all. Why should they? He hasn't played well this year, but he seized the opportunity. And I think that's just going to pay dividends moving forward for not only JaMychal Green, but for this Golden State Warriors team. And here's JaMychal talking about how much Draymond helped him bring energy last night.
He does it every game, game in, game out. That's just what we expect from him. You know, he the horse for the team. He get us going. You know, we feed off his energy, and just did a great job tonight. Last game, I went to him after the game and told him, you got to be more aggressive. Don't forget who you are. You know, you're in the league for a reason, and he showed that tonight.
In the league for a reason. Reeg. 888-957-9570. Here's a little highlight package from JaMychal Green. You know what? Because he deserved it. I don't think we'll ever have one of these again the rest of these playoffs. Hell, we might. If he keeps doing that, then the Golden State Warriors damn sure are winning the title. JaMychal Green's going to give you 15 every single night. But here's JaMychal Green, little highlight package, because he deserves it.
Russell with the dribble, shoots over JaMychal Green. It's a brick. Rebound to Curry. Curry throws ahead. JaMychal Green driving in, goes up and scores a layup. As James got there maybe a step late. And it's 4-0 Golden State. Curry, pick and roll with Draymond. Draymond comes right down the lane, floats it up. Bad pass for JaMychal Green. Ball tipped away. Klay Thompson gathers it in, finds JaMychal Green. Open for another corner three. Got it!
Line that one up.
Yes, he did. It was like taking his time on a putt. Curry off the screen. Bounce past Draymond. Right down Broadway. Feeds over JaMychal Green. Corner three up. Good for JaMychal Green. And he's got 8 points. Curry quickly up the floor. Finds the cutter. JaMychal Green goes for the dunk. And got it with James on his back. 79-64. Curry dribble drive. Goes to the corner. JaMychal Green is there. His jumper is good. Another three ball for JaMychal Green.
And they are crushing the three ball right now.
Curry with a double-double. 10 points, 10 assists. Curry weaving, dribbling, pass to Draymond. Draymond pump fake over to JaMychal Green. Layup good. Low left. Wow. Just moving the ball all over the place.
They're just killing him on that pocket pass. And you know Draymond's going to make a great decision.
Tom Tolbert, Tim Roy on the call there for 95.7 The Game, doing a hell of a job. Again, we'll have all your coverage for Game 3 and throughout the playoffs right here on 95.7 The Game as Joe Shasky, the Morning Roast, joins me for the crossover.
Let's go.
Let's go.
What a win.
Now, hey, you were there last night, buddy.
What a win.
You were there.
Man.
How was the atmosphere?
You know, dude, first off, I was in the building.
You were. Great spots, by the way.
Well, we'll talk off air. Incredible seats. Laker fans are everywhere. They're like Cowboy fans. It had a very Cowboy Niner feel to it in the sense that, like, everybody was ready to roll. And I don't mean that in an animosity way. I mean that, like, both fan bases were fired up. And this, dude, it's crazy. I put out, wow, the energy's crazy in the building. Because it was. The energy was palpable, especially in that first quarter. You could feel it. And the amount of people that are coming back, oh, you can't feel it on TV. You can't. I don't know what's going on TV, but I'm telling you, I was there. It was unreal energy. Unreal energy in that building. It felt so good.
The gall of people to be not at the game. Like, you don't know. It's like, dude, I'm at the game. Like, dude, I can hear it. I can feel it. I will tell you if it's not. Like,
exactly. And I'll be the first to say, like, you know, when it went, like, Game 6 wasn't as hyped as this game. But I also think the Warriors played better, so the crowd had more energy to feed off. I mean, like, more positivity to feed off.
Because and the Game 6 was different because they had the lead, the series. There wasn't like any like nervousness, if you will, any tension. They're down 0-1. If they lose this game, you're down 0-2 heading to LA. There's some tension in the building.
Joe, I don't want to. It's one game. I don't want to get ahead of myself. I still think this is going to be a long series. I just think the problems that the Lakers present are so different from the Kings. The Kings felt like I was really tense. This one's like, if the Warriors can execute at a high level and stay out of their own way, which has been their own problem this year, they should be able to win this series. That doesn't mean that they will.
No, they should win this series, and we said it, and this was my main reason, and everyone on Twitch and YouTube can see my jersey, but I wasn't being just some sort of reverse jinx here. I was just saying, the Lakers their offense isn't good.
No.
It's just not good enough. I don't care. In today's NBA, you have got to score. And if Anthony Davis is going to play like the way he did last night, and credit Draymond Green, but this has also just been a pattern with Anthony Davis in his career. Gives you one Hall of Fame type performance one day, horrible the next game. Not even average. Not even average. What are they calling him?
They're calling him the McDonald's ice cream machine. One day it's working, the next day it's not.
And it hits different when it's working. And when it's not, you're pissed.
That's a pretty good nickname.
You're pissed when it's not working. I want my McFlurry, Joe.
100%.
I want my Oreo McFlurry.
I got to lay off
bar,
the McFlurries.
Butterfingers. Oh, they're so bomb. Especially after a win, too. Get that McDonald's, get that In-N-Out burger.
I was looking
it
for
hits
food.
difference.
So my wife parked at her work, so we had to come back right here near the station, right? And late night, I went to go to Fog City to, after the game to go to get something to eat. Closed.
Damn.
And then we went to Old Ship Saloon right down the street, and we got some food there. And I had a sweet tooth. I needed some sweets.
What'd you get?
I didn't get any sweets there.
You didn't get any sweets? What'd you end up
I
getting?
raided the freezer.
I was gonna say that's when you go to like CVS late night and you get those big ass bags of candy and stuff like that. It's like, oh babe, it's 2 for $4. We gotta get us a couple of this.
Also, the Betty's chicken. What is the Betty's place in Oakland that they have in Oracle or in Chase Center? Excuse me.
Great question. I'm not sure the exact
So
name.
it's in like the Portal 9, 10 area, right?
Is it good?
Unreal.
Okay.
Like the buttermilk chicken is so good. Now I like more of spicy, to be quite honest with you, but it was more like, God, it was so good. It was so good. Anyway, point being,
you know what else was so good was JaMychal Green last night. Getting the spot start.
Can I ask you about something? Like,
sure.
I'm sitting in the seats before the game. We got in there early because I wanted to get in there early. And I get the announcement on my phone. Now, it was tough the Wi-Fi wasn't working like I'd normally, like searching through the internet. I was trying to enjoy the moment. And I get, JaMychal Green's going to start. No, I didn't know Looney was sick until Bonte texted our group thread that, like, hey, he's not feeling too well, whatever. I'm like, you know what? I didn't expect this. Credit Steve Kerr. Now, I don't know. Maybe there's more to it because Looney did play a little. Maybe they didn't think he could play a lot. Loved that he made the most of his opportunity. The one thing I did not have on my flow chart for playoff success was JaMychal Green getting a start and making the most of it. And good for him.
Dropping 15. You know what? It sets a tone. It goes back to what Steph Curry in his Game 7 speech. You know what? Either you're all in or you're not. Like in JaMychal Green, he has more excuses than anyone this season not to show up and not play well. He hasn't played well all year long. He's a veteran. You thought he was going to get a lot of minutes. It's been a tumultuous season. So many different storylines. It just hasn't been working out for him. But you know what? None of that matters because what did he do, Joe Shasky? He showed up in the playoffs. And playoffs, it just means more. It's the Alabama, it's SEC, it's Auburn. It just means more. And for JaMychal Green to make the most of it is pretty damn awesome.
Well, and the thing is, he spaced the floor for them because, again, my naked eye, and I haven't even had a chance to watch it back because I was really tired last night. So it felt to me like they were trapping Curry at the top of the key, or at least trying to double blitz, whatever you want to call it. I thought Curry, in terms of discernment, quick passing, the hockey assist, whatever you want to call it, he was in his bag in terms of the passing. And I thought Draymond Green knocking down a mid-range shot, facilitating, being an offensive threat. Not even, like I looked up, I don't think he had, 10, 12 points? But it was the aggressive style of going hard at the paint and looking at the hoop. It just felt like it changed everything. And then having JaMychal Green on the corner, wide open. How many times did he take his time? It could either set his feet, take a dribble, and then Klay Thompson was spectacular. And credit Steve Kerr, not just the JMG adjustment. I don't know what the minutes were because I got to look at the pay. I didn't see GP2 at all. And so we talked about this. He has to make a decision.
9 minutes for Gary Payton.
And it felt like crunch time. I mean, not crunch time. It felt like
garbage time.
Garbage time, excuse me. DDV versus GP2. Make an adjustment. Who are you going to go with? He went with DDV. He hits 2 big threes. You could feel his confidence starting to boost.
28 minutes.
Credit Steve Kerr for tinkering.
And that's listen, we talked about that, and then you're going to get going here in a second, but the coaching matchup, it's going to be about adjustments.
I'm on one right now.
No. It's great. No, it's about adjustments. And Steve Kerr, listen, he's going up against a rookie head coach. And Darvin Ham, I don't know what he has at his disposal. When you just start looking at the roster up and down for the Lakers, I don't know what he can do other than just hope your role players play better at home. That's what it's going to come down to because Reeves didn't give you anything. D'Lo didn't give you anything. Hachimura gave you something. So that's an interesting thing going into this next game.
They're calling it Bake Sale Betty's.
Bake Sale Betty's. There you go.
I'm telling you, I like a spicy chicken, but for like a home style buttermilk, it was hella good.
You know what was hella good? That Warriors win last night, and that's what Joe Shasky and Bonte Hill are going to be breaking down all day right here on 95.7 The Game.
Wow, dude, I'm so
6 to
fired
10.
up.
Start lining them up. 888-957-9570. Phil Collins Friday. Cinco de Mayo Friday. Everyone be safe tonight. Have fun. Have a fun weekend. Game 3 tomorrow. All that coverage right here on 95.7 The Game.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM at HD1 San Francisco. An Odyssey station.
Mom, Dad, Sis?
Here we go again.
Why are you in a suit? Picture, if you will, a world with the best network imaginable. I'm talking about the Xfinity 10G network. Go on. Mom, remember how your reality shows wouldn't load with all of us online? Now you can binge. And Susie, we'll have fast internet in the basement.
Nice.
If you have any questions, here's my card.
This is just your name on a gum wrapper.
Introducing the 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now. Now through June 21st, new customers can get 200 megabit per second internet on the next generation Xfinity 10G network for just $25 a month for 2 years. Plus, there's no annual contract required, and you get Wi-Fi equipment included. Go to Xfinity.com/10G, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Taxes and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Actual speeds vary.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
$25 all-in tickets to over 3,800 shows. Concert Week is May 10th through 16th. It's the best time to get tickets to see all your favorite artists like Beck and Phoenix, Big Time Rush, Fall Out Boy, Janet Jackson, Country Wayne, Shania Twain, Snoop Dogg, and many more. With $25 all-in tickets, you can fill your year with shows. So get your friends and grab your $25 all-in tickets May 10th through 16th. Head to livenation.com/Concert Week. That's livenation.com/Concert Week.
Come into Friedman's Appliance.